What is up, my bodyweight warriors, and welcome back to the part 2 of those top 3 ring exercises. The first was on the rings pushing exercises. This is going to be on my top 3 ring pulling exercises. As always, guys, my top 3s are decided by you. So if you want to suggest a topic for a future my top 3, leave a comment in the comment section down below. The top rated, most commonly commented comment will be selected for the next episode. Just like the top 3 ring pushing exercises, the 3 exercises in this video are chosen to develop a good variation of ring strength, a mixture of bent arm, straight arm, and fundamentals. So I hope you enjoy my top 3 ring pulling exercises. The first exercise I want to recommend is the mantle chin up. This is one of my favorite exercises to perform, as well as my favorite progression for the one arm chin up. The reason this exercise is so powerful is that it trains that unilateral movement. A lot of people do weighted chins for the one arm chin up, which is beneficial, but it's not actually going to train that single arm element, which this exercise does nicely. It also has the added benefit that it's not just purely on that arm you're training, like eccentrics, which can be very stressful to the tendons. You have that assisting arm, so you still get the benefit, but hopefully a little bit less chance of injury. Simply adjusting the difference between the rings is going to adjust the difficulty. The closer the rings are to that neutral position, then the easier it is going to be, and the further away, the harder it's going to be. The key with this movement is using the assisting arm to assist only. We want to be starting and controlling the movement with our main arm so that we can better replicate that one arm chin up movement. In terms of rep ranges, it depends on what you're training for. It can be trained anywhere between that 2 and 12 rep mark in total. This would mean anywhere between 1 to 6 reps per arm. I recommend when training this exercise that, as well as having a rest between sets, you have a rest between sides in between that set. Even just 30 to 60 seconds can help your performance on the other arm. The next exercise is the 360 pull. This is a traditional gymnastics element as well as something popularized by Ido Portal. It's a really nice element for training straight arm strength in both the front lever and the back lever, as well as testing your shoulder mobility and scapular strength. The reason this exercise is great on the rings is that it gives you the option of adjusting your grip during the movement, because some people prefer to have a back lever with their hands in that supinated position with their palms facing down, rather than pronated position with the back of your hands facing down. There is no better way. You're both going to condition that straight arm strength. Depends what you prefer doing. In terms of progressions for this exercise, it will follow the same basic progressions that we use for the front or the back lever. The easiest is going to be that tuck position. We could then move on into something like the advanced tuck, then on into the half lay or maybe straddle, although the straddle you have to bring your legs in that top position, and then finally the full position, which is going to be the hardest position. In terms of reps for this exercise, you're going to want to stay between the 1 and 6 rep mark. 1 rep would be moving from a dead hang through front lever, through inverted hang, into the back lever, into that German hang position, and all the way back round for 1 rep. The final exercise is the false grip ring row. The reason this exercise is in here is because developing a good false grip is really essential for future ring strength, especially the ring muscle up, which is something I'm sure a lot of people are after. Whenever people ask me about the ring muscle up, I always say develop a good false grip, because without a good false grip, you're not going to be able to transition from that below the rings to above the rings position. To find your false grip, you're essentially going to want to position your hand on the rings in an above the rings position, and then simply rotate the ring round until you end up with your arm below the ring. This is going to end up with the ring resting on the area between the wrist and the palm. For those who are new to the false grip, I will put a link in the description down below to a full false grip progressions tutorial. The first progression for the false grip ring row is simply going to be a standing kind of 45-degree false grip ring row. You're going to want to find your grip on the rings, then sit into that active but fully locked out and turned out position. You're then going to pull yourself into a normal row. While you do, you rotate your hands round into a supinated position, so you end up in the top kind of like a false grip chin up position, and then you're going to reverse the movements until you end up in a fully locked out and turned out bottom position. Once you feel comfortable with this position, you can then move down into a more horizontal body position in a bent leg ring row. From here, you can then extend your legs and so you're in the full false grip ring row. And then finally, to make things harder, you can elevate your legs into the final progression. Once you're good here, you can probably move on to some false grip pull-ups. In terms of sets and reps, anywhere between that 3 to 8 rep mark will be perfect. Once you hit that 8 rep mark in a given progression, I recommend you move on to the next and harder progression and eventually the ring muscle up. But that has been it for today, guys. Those are my top 3 recommendations. I'd love to hear what your favorite pulling exercise is on the rings. Leave a comment down below, as well as a future topic if you want to. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. If you have a friend who's interested in varying their ring approach, then maybe share this video with them. But that is it for this week, guys. I am off on some trips and travels that I will be vlogging next weekend, so there'll be some more vlogs in the pipeline, so stay tuned and I will catch you in the next video. Have a strong week and peace.